What's up, Bills Mafia? I got your stock up and your stock down on the Bills 35-10 win over the 49ers this past Sunday night. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every game, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. And yes, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And I told y'all this to start the season. I tried to tell Jets fans, Dolphin fans. I didn't have to tell Patriots fans because they were realistic. But I try to tell the Jets and the Dolphins fans. I try to tell y'all ain't taking this from us. It ain't that easy. Y'all think you're going to just come in here and take this AFC East crown away from us? And nah, it ain't that easy. As long as we got Josh Allen under center, it ain't happening. I'm sorry. It ain't. And I told y'all to start the season, don't worry. This team knows how to win in the regular season. This team knows how to win a division title. And they did just that. It was never my worry going into this season if the Bills can win the AFC East, if the Bills can make the playoffs. Y'all, you have all these people outside, right? They don't really watch the Bills. National media, especially national media, because we lost a few pieces, automatically assume the Bills are garbage. And that the Jets on paper are, oh, watch out for the Jets. Oh, the Miami Dolphins, oh, it's got all that speed. What has that gotten them? Nothing. They are chasing the Buffalo Bills. They will continue to chase the Buffalo Bills. We are chasing one thing. As the Chiefs and a Super Bowl ring, right? A Super Bowl. We're not worried about the bottom feeders like the Dolphins and Jets. You guys could sit there, you Dolphins and Jets fans, you guys could just sit there and argue amongst yourself on what you're going to do next season, who should stay, who should go. We don't have that problem. Okay? We don't have to worry about who we're picking in the top 10. Just saying. All right. Or who's our quarterback going to be? What other aging quarterback are the Jets going to bring into New Jersey and, try to dethrone the Buffalo Bills? It's not happening. It's not happening. So good luck with y'all. Good luck with that. But I hope you guys learned a valuable fucking lesson. Don't fuck with the Buffalo Bills. Don't fuck with Josh Allen. He's the man, and he gets the job done. All right? Plain and simple. Now, listen, I'm not trying to say that the Buffalo Bills are, this for sure going to win a Super Bowl this year. I'm not saying all that. However, I will say this. I'm right about us being a damn good team. I'm right about us winning the division for the 5th straight season. And I do believe this team can get to a Super Bowl this year on how they've played this year, on how they all bought in to Joe Brady's scheme, how they all bought in to the defensive scheme under Bobby Babich, how Sean McDermott has now trusted his coordinators to do their job and has pretty much, uncuffed them and let them do their thing. This team is totally bought in to the concept, especially on the offense, especially Josh Allen. And Josh is having fun. And Amari Cooper was a great addition. Thank you, Brandon Beane, for understanding we just needed that little bit of help on offense. Just that little bit of help to get us over to the next level. And that's exactly what Amari Cooper has brought to this Buffalo Bills offense. And that's why I think this team has a really legit shot of making it to the Super Bowl and potentially winning a Super Bowl. Now, to start the season, I wasn't as high as them winning a Super Bowl that I am now. Because one, I didn't know if Sean McDermott was going to be hands off as far as the coordinators. And I wasn't so sure about this wide receiver group. I thought we had good depth, but I wasn't sure who was going to step up. And we were kind of having a little problems there, early on. And then we went out and got Coop. And things have changed. Things have drastically changed. And the running game got going better than I thought. The offensive line is better than I thought it would be. Because you got to remember, we made some changes. Mitch Morse left, right? McGovern went to center. David Edwards went to left guard. Sometimes when you mix around your offensive line, it could be a bad thing. And so far, so fucking good, right? Injury-free, once again, pretty much. Like on the offensive line. Now, Spencer Brown did miss that time with the ankle, but dude's back, right? We're heading in the right direction, folks. And that's what has me excited about this Buffalo Bills team going into the playoffs. Hopefully injury-free on a hot streak. And we brung back Micah Hyde. Damn, top that. So anyways, guys, I got your stock up and your stock down following the Bills win over the 49ers on Sunday night. Once again, shout out to Bills Wire for creating this article. Bills Wire, man, look, man, love you guys. I piggyback off your articles all the time. Y'all need to get with me, get with your boy, because we can do something. I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Stock up, stock down. Stock up, quarterback Josh Allen. Of course, man. As mentioned above, Allen was the star of the game for the Bills, and none of that should be surprising at this point of his career. Allen did appear to hurt his left non-throwing hand. He didn't. But he powered through that to give Buffalo an all-around effort, including him catching a touchdown pass to put an exclamation point on what could be an MVP year for him. And right now, he's leading that race in MVP talks. Absolutely. Now, I'm not, once again, for me, it's all about the Super Bowl, and I think Josh Allen would say the same. Of course, he would love to have that in his trophy case, obviously, right? What player wouldn't want it? Like, you're lying to yourself if you say you really don't care about it. Of course, he would love that. But his ultimate goal is the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And you can only control what you control when it comes to voting. When it comes to winning a Super Bowl, you can control that for the most part, right? You could play the best you could play. The team could play, you know what I mean? Like, that's on the team. That's not up to sport writers on who they think is the MVP, right? Like, come on, man. Last year, you really think that was deserved for Lamar? Stop. Christian McCaffrey won the MVP last year. Let's be real, right? I'm not even being a homer and saying, oh, Josh Allen MVP last year. No. Christian McCaffrey was the most valuable player last year. They pretty much robbed him. Just like they robbed DeMar Hamlin of being the comeback player of the year. And I told you guys to start the season, and y'all, I know you didn't listen to me. I know you didn't. But to change the rules for DeMar Hamlin because of that shitty-ass shitty ass decision on who got comeback player of the year. Joe Flacco. It was a terrible, terrible decision. And even Joe Flacco said so. So what do? They change it. And Damar Hamlin is back up for comeback player of the year because you now can have a player returning, something like that. I know they changed it up just specifically for him. So I went ahead and put that vote in, or that bet in. I'm sorry. I put that bet in, $10 to win $1,000 to start the season. You know what that bet is now, folks? $10 to win $150. Just saying. He's leading all safeties in Pro Bowl selection right now. You don't think he's going to get comeback player of the year? Because they fucked up last year, and the fact that he's playing pretty good football, and he's probably going to be a Pro Bowl safety? Yeah, I think they'll fix it, and I think they'll make Damar Hamlin your comeback player of the year. And I think Tommy over here just won $1,000. I'm just saying. That was, for me, an easy bet at the time. And I told you guys months ago to put your money in, because at that time, $10 were to pay, I think, like $300. But hey, y'all don't listen to Tommy. Told y'all. But we'll see. We'll see. Will they get it right this year? I think they will. But, crazier things have happened. All right, let's get this thing going again. All right. Stock down wide receiver Amari Cooper. Oh, come on. Bills Wire. Now, I told y'all, I piggyback off these articles, but I also can agree and disagree on what they say. Got to disagree here. I have to. The play that he made with Josh Allen, the trust, the gutsiness to do that, just him being on the field is a difference maker. Just him being there. So I disagree, but let's see what they have to say. Despite Cooper coming off a solid game in Buffalo's last game against the Chiefs, he did not have that kind of performance against 49ers on Sunday. Cooper did receive 7 targets, but it amounted to just 3 catches for 12 yards as the weather put a damper on the Bills' passing attack, from which Cooper suffered by the way of production. Look, man, I'm not giving any receiver stock down unless they consistently drop passes in that game. That was not a passing type of game. The weather was terrible. We clearly were running the ball. We had over 200 yards on the ground. And I think we had we had 148 in the air. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Or actually, wait, a little bit more than that, because I forgot. Mitch Trubisky had a 4-yard pass, 152 yards in the air. It was just not that kind of game. But Amari Cooper was out there doing all the little things. And once again, the defense is always going to be honest when it comes to Amari Cooper. That's what makes him special. That's what opens it up for guys like Dawson Knox, Keon Coleman when he returns, Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir, Mac Hollins. This goes on and on, right? When you have that type of player, dynamic type of receiver, and maybe he's not as dynamic as he once was, but he's still very respected when it comes to defensive coordinators and defensive players and corners. They're going, you better watch Amari Cooper. You better keep your eyes on Amari Cooper. So if he gets all that attention, it helps out the other players on the team, the other receivers, tight ends. So no, I would not put stock down for Amari Cooper. He didn't do anything in this game to grant a stock down. He didn't drop passes. He didn't make any stupid decisions. Matter of fact, he made a gutsy decision that led to a unbelievable lateral pass to Josh Allen for a touchdown, and something that wowed everybody. So no, that is incorrect, Bills Wire, but you can have your opinion. All right, stock up Rasul Douglas. And you know what's funny on this one? A lot of Bills Mafia fans, after saying he is the liability on corner, I totally disagree. I think Rasul Douglas is a solid corner. He's a solid number 2 right now in his stage of his career. He used to be a 1, right, for a long time. He's aging, but he's a solid number 2. His run defense is very good. Yes, he gets beat time to time, but the one thing about Rasul Douglas is he gets back on the ball and he makes a play on the ball most of the time. Good tackler. I like Rasul Douglas, man. Good leader, good teammate. So Yeah. As Douglas has been all season, he has been virtually a lockdown corner on the perimeter, and that extended to Sunday. While Douglas got some help from the weather, he did a good job of disrupting Deebo Samuel and Juwan Jennings. Enough for neither receiver to have a great day for a San Francisco team that needed a win to stay alive for a playoff berth. So yeah, exactly what I just said. So we'll move on to the next one. Stock down defensive end, AJ Epinesa. Epinesa has had his good games for the Bills over the course of this season, but Sunday was not one of them as he didn't have much of an impact on the game. Epinesa normally can apply a lot of pressure onto the opposing team's quarterback, but he wasn't able to replicate that kind of performance. But part of that can be explained by the bad weather. Yeah, that's true. There was a lot of slipping and sliding in the snow, hard to gain traction. So I get it. But I will say this about AJ Epinesa. I feel like I don't think he's having a bad year, but I don't think he's having a good year either, right? He's like in between because there's games where he shows up and there's games where he's just kind of quiet, right? He doesn't do much. So I don't know how to feel about AJ so far this year. Like I like the player, I like the depth, but he's not a starting edge. I think I like him more as what he did last year, more rotational. I'm hoping because I don't know if Von's going to be here another year. I hope the Bills draft another edge, and try to, get another dynamic edge next to Gregory Rousseau, and then have Epinesa as that rotational piece. That'd be perfect. But right now, this year, I would say he's having an up and down season, but I don't think it's a bad season or anything like that. All right, next up. And stock down, yeah, I would agree with that. He didn't do much impact on this game. Stock up, running back James Cook. I agree. Obviously, after an up and down game against the Chiefs almost 2 weeks ago, Cook stepped up big time as he ran all over the 49ers in the snow. Cook notched his second 100-yard game of the season and has a shot of eclipsing 1,000 yards for the season. But but he will have to keep up these performances if he's going to do so. And you see, that's what I'm talking about. You guys keep saying, like, listen, I know it's an ongoing joke now with the James Cook. Is he dynamic? Is he, top 5 running back? Is he elite? So is he elite? No. Is he dynamic? I'm sorry. No. Is he a very good running back? Yes. Top 10 running back? Sure. But look, he may not even get 1,000 yards this season. Come on. That's not dynamic, folks. He drops a lot of passes lately that are like touchdown passes, right? Like his pass protection is terrible. Running in between the tackles has gotten better, but it's still not very good, right? But his speed is excellent. Getting to the outside edge is very good, right? There's some, like, he has good and some okay qualities, but I like James Cook. I do. I keep telling you guys, I really do like James Cook. I think he's a good running back. But he's not dynamic, and he's not a top 5 running back. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. You guys can stick with what you want, and I get it. But that's not hate. That's reality. That's just me pointing it out, and you guys just not understanding where I'm coming from. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, next up. Stock up Ray Davis. Yes. It was a big day for Buffalo's running backs, and Ray Davis was no exception, as he had his second most productive game of the season. Despite James Cook being involved within the offense, Davis was involved heavily due to the nature of the weather and Buffalo committing to the run given the success on the ground game. That's the end of that article. So Ray Davis, once again, solid performance by him as well. He had 11 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. First touchdown of the game. I need to see more of Ray Davis. I need to see a more two-headed monster in Cook and Davis. I'm not saying Ray Davis should take over RB1. I'm not saying Davis should have, or Cook and Davis should split carries. I'm not saying that. I understand Cook should get the majority of the carries, but I also want to see more carries from Davis in these games. Like this was a perfect game for him. All right, 11 carries. I'm good with that. Right? He should have around 8 to 10 carries a game, in my opinion, or 7 to 10, somewhere around there. because he brings a different type of game to the offense, right? He's different, right? He can catch out the backfield just like James Cook, but he could pass protect better. He can run between the tackles better, right? He's a stronger running back, right? His balance, his contact balance is a little better than James Cook. Though James Cook, I will say this, his contact balance has improved a lot. And his vision as well has improved a lot. So yes, like James Cook has improved this year for sure. But Ray Davis has a little bit, like I said, a little bit more powerful over running back. He'll get you the extra couple yards after being, tackled. Like he'll always fall forward because he's just more of a power back, right? And he has decent speed as well. He's not slow. So I just want to see more of Ray Davis and James Cook out there together, more of a two-headed monster type because I think it can work. And that's the end of the stock up, stock down. I'll throw a couple more. Stock up, Sean McDermott and coaching staff. The rest, Bobby Babich, Joe Brady, everybody. I thought everybody did a good job except for the special teams coach. Special teams coach is terrible. He's awful. Okay. Got to move on from him. Don't like him. Just not working out for me, right? And I think for most of y'all, you should feel the same way. How many times were you going to kick it off to Deebo Samuel? Right, Smiley's just not the guy. He didn't learn his lesson. Like, luckily, we got a fumble on one of the kick returns, but the dude was kicking it, getting kick returns 50, 60 yards easily. And we tend to do that a lot. It's not just Deebo Samuel. Like, we just don't have a good coverage unit. And it's like, how many times are you going to keep kicking it to the guy? Our special teams coverage unit has been just hasn't been good. And special teams in general, just down. And I blame that on the special teams coach. Absolutely. I have no idea why he's still here. No idea. But that's the one guy I would say stock down on that coaching list. Everybody else stock up. Who else isn't on this list? That should stock down. I know it's petty, but Tyler Bass, bro, you got to make your field goals. And this is Buffalo weather. This is what it's going to be like in the playoffs. We need you to make your kicks. I can't have that an excuse. Like, this is where we play. So you got to make those. I've seen kickers in just as bad as weather make those. You have to make them. So you stock down. You better be ready, especially if we're playing games with Buffalo in the playoffs. If we wind up winning the AFC, just saying, like, and we have games all through the playoffs in Buffalo, it's going to be shit weather. You need to be better. So anyways, guys, if you have any stock up, stock down that maybe I missed that you want to put in. Oh, one more thing. Stock up offensive line for sure. The whole offensive line. I'm going to give it to them all. Boom, stock up. But anyways, if you guys have any stock up, stock down, put them in the comment section and I'll respond. So Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.